Hello, beautiful Cancers. Thank you so much for being with me. I'm Jenny with Cosmic Gypsy Tarot, and this is a brand new channel. So please, if you resonate with what I have to share with you, like, share, subscribe, or just leave me a nice comment in the comments below. That would be lovely. And be nice. There's enough meanness in the world. We don't have to bring it into YouTube as well. Okay. Good vibes only, good vibes only. Anyways, this is your April 2020 tarot reading, and this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. However, if you happened to spider energy, we'll get to that in just a second. If you happen to stumble upon this video at any time in the future, maybe there is something in there that resonates with you. It's possible that we have found each other for a reason. It's funny how life works like that. So without further ado, spider energy is what you're connecting with throughout the month of April. And so you will be spending a great deal of time to build yourself the kind of security blanket that is going to give you a sense of peace. Because with all of the collective angst that's been going on and all of the uncertainty, as a Cancer, you can get caught up in the fear aspect of everything, especially when it comes to your home environment or your money. And so there is the possibility that some of you have had your sense of security pulled sort of out from underneath you. And I think that spider energy sort of shows up when there is a need for us to carefully and patiently do our work and be of the sorry, the word is not coming. Go about doing all of the little things that are required of you in order to keep building that security blanket underneath of you. And in the process of doing that, you might be surprised at what you're drawing into. There's a need for you to be open to what it is that you're bringing into your space, into your energetic space, or into your actual physical space. So that deck was the Animal Spirit deck by Kim Krans. I love all of her work, and it seems to tend to be right on. Every time I use it, there's always some element of truth that comes out. And so, oh, what's happening here? Two of Pentacles coming out for you right off the bat. And so, yeah, you are sort of doing the dance of choices, the dance of do I go this way or that way, and how am I going to keep everything in balance? How am I going to maintain my own balance? And how can I stay connected to my joy and my sense of playfulness and adventure while I am in the process of keeping everything up in the air? And for a lot of you Cancers, that is the kind of energy that sort of brought you to this moment. And so it's possible that this life as a balancing act thought mentality can be overcome once you realize that, I don't know why the light just shifted. Anyways, once you realize that there is an infinite abundance that exists for you, and that is there to support you and hold you up, and that you don't have to be the one who's constantly doing it. It's not your sheer force of nature that, for your sheer force of will that has gotten you here. You have also been supported in many ways by your team, by your guardian angels, by your guides. And you know that you've seen it happen over and over again. And so you can be at ease, and you can bring your sense of childlike playfulness and trust into the adventure, even when it seems like the work is never going to end. You can bring or the pain is never going to end for some of you. You can still bring a sense of wonder and happiness into your current situation. Us Cancers like to really kind of get stuck in our emotions. We forget that we can move through them. We get stuck in our emotions like something gets stuck in a spider's spider web. Like, it's crazy. We think there's no way out, and we can really just get down there. Okay, Seven of Pentacles, right? So Cancer, the things that you have been working on have actually been taking root, and it's these. Even though like what you're seeing manifesting on the surface seems like it's not that big right now, it's like the tip of the iceberg, right? And so you are planting. You are building a solid foundation, and that foundation is going to provide the security that you need in order to feel a sense of peace. Let's keep going, because there's definitely more to this story. I don't know if I said this or not, but this is the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann, and it is a brand new deck for me, and I am in love with it. The pictures are great. They kind of scream their messages, and they fly out of the deck, or at least they do today. So here we have the Three of Swords. Like I said, being stuck all down in your emotions, thinking this pain is like never going to end, and it's always just going to be bad like this, and like, blah, like trying to, feeling like there's no escape from it. But Seven of Cups. Once you take the time to sort your emotions out, like what is it trying to be, that like, what is the truth of this emotion? So for example, for those of you who are feeling like stuck and this situation is so bad that like it's never going to end, what is the root of that emotion, and like what is it really that's like causing you to feel this way? There are a variety of things that it could be, but typically the base of all of that angst and that feeling stuck is fear. It's and it's fear of things being inescapable, unbearably painful, because many of us are going through things that we find just almost impossible to tolerate. And I think getting this message for many of the caretakers of people who are sick and in trouble right now. And major shout out to everyone who is risking everything, putting everything on the line in order to be of service to the people who need it the most. And you guys are on the forefront of seeing the underlying darkness in the systems that are no longer working for our time and space. But you are the ones who are also at the forefront of being able to move those pieces around in a way that we weren't sort of able to do it before. So that's just going to be for some of you Cancers, but major gratitude out to everyone who is holding it together during this time of social isolation. You guys are the ones who are really making it all happen, who are holding the space for this massive shift and transition, and could not be more honored or proud to be to witness the strength and the bravery that you guys are bringing to this. So thank you for taking care and saving lives and being the most awesome. Page of Pentacles comes up for you next. That's a beautiful card. I haven't seen that one show up in this deck yet. Yeah, so she's standing in the center, and she is like holding what is dear to her heart, with a sense of not just like a remembering. There's like a remembering, but also like a knowing that this is the direction that you should be going in. I'm not sure that's for some of you guys. Two is like right above that page of Pentacles. And there's a dance going on here. There's a dance going on. I want to get more information about that, and I will, but let's keep moving for now. Ooh, the Ace of Cups. Oh, look at that. New opportunities in love. New opportunities to live from an open heart, to really stop connecting to all these thoughts that like want to figure everything out, and want to think your way into like finding your peace or finding your success. And also many of you Cancers with your hard protective shells will shut down from everything and just totally, completely hermit crab up like 100%. And that which is fine, it's totally fine and healthy to do that from time to time. The problem is when we stay there for too long. It shuts the heart energy down and we aren't able to connect from a space of love, because you are feeling like you have to protect yourself in order to be safe. And so when you live from your heart, from a space of love and trust, then you are opening up the flow for all that you need to be provided to come to you. So and when we're living from the heart, when we're letting love sort of rule the day, that's where we find our joy. That is where the playfulness lives. That is where we know that the seeds that we're planting have the energy that they need to thrive, because they were planted with love and they were planted with this childlike excitement about what would be, coming from it. So yeah, it's really hard to do that when your heart is shut down. So for my Cancers who are really having problems connecting to their heart center, I would definitely recommend doing some yogic practices that focuses on opening, like physically opening up this area. And if you aren't into yoga, that's totally fine. Like camel pose is obviously like an obvious choice for heart center opening. But if you aren't a yogi and you can't do that, if you have like even a pillow, like I would do this on a foam roller, but just like lay a foam roller down and then just like lay on it and let your arms fall out to the side and just breathe. Just breathe there. And sometimes you'll feel a physical like tightness that just sort of like lifts the more that you like breathe into that space. If you don't have a foam roller, you can just use like a pillow or something like that. That's like one of the easiest things that you can do to like keep your heart center open. So many of us are even just forward just because we're like on our phones, blah, 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 blah. And so that the energy of the heart center like closes down. So we need to do whatever we need to do to keep ourselves open so that we can connect to our divinity, to the divine, and to the collective, but also to the childlike sense of like playfulness and wonder and excitement about life again, rather than that like energy that is like closed and trying to protect and be safe. There is so much pain, and Cancer is really like, you know, a lot of the water signs, but Cancers in particular connect to that collective consciousness, that energy of the collective, and it's very hard to sort through what emotions that we're feeling versus what someone else might be feeling, because we're like sponges, magnets, whatever you want to call it, and so our pain can often be really magnified by what the collective is going through, and the collective is going through a lot of trauma. But my cat Sophie wants to get out. Hang on just a second. Do you want to go outside? Sorry. Can't leave a cat like stuck in. They want to go where they want to go, okay? Anyways, I lost my train of thought, but let's try to live through an open, soft, gentle heart that allows the space for love to come in and create the kind of miracles that we are wanting and needing in our lives. The star, Cancer, yes, there is a light that you are tethered to, and you know, people feel that. They feel that radiance when they're around you. Excuse me. I'm getting that some of you are having some throat chakra issues, an inability to express what it is that you're seeing and feeling, and what's really in your heart. You're not able, it's like you're blocked from here to here. And so what you need, you know, like activate this area, loosen this area up. If you just need to do some neck rolls, that's going to make you even more, that'll help you relax. And then you'll be able to connect with or open up that heart chakra and speak from your heart, so that like what you're saying is coming from here and not from here. And that authenticity, that truth, that that connection is what is going to illuminate not just your life and your path, but those that come into contact with you. So I don't know who needed to hear that, but take it as it comes. Okay, let's get one more. Okay, the Five of Swords, interesting. This card like definitely keeps coming up. There's a lot of chatter out there. You know, we all want to be informed about what's going on, because it seems like the news is changing, and like on a minute by minute basis. And so even though we all have like these crazy addictions to our technology, it's even worse right now. And so like all of this chatter that's going on is like making our heads hurt. And so if you are spending a lot of time watching the news or time on social media, you know, like plugged into the drama, then I would highly recommend that you limit your time that you are devoted to that to, you know, 15 minutes. You really can get what you need in 15 minutes, like a day, because it gets to where you cannot even connect with how you feel about something. How, you know, you literally cannot hear yourself think. And so you need that quiet, that extra quiet time to decompress, and so that you can drop into the space of the heart. Because when it starts coming at you like this, that shell just like automatically comes up. It's a defense mechanism. I mean, it's just the way that cancers are built, you know, that's just what happens. So in order to remain true to our nature, that is especially important right now. So let's get some oracle cards for you beautiful Cancers. This is the Moonology deck by Yasmin Boland, artwork by Nyx Rowan. And the same cards keep coming up for the readings. It's like the same energy, like the energy is so strong for everyone. I mean, it's not exactly the same message, but these same cards keep coming up. Hold your vision. Hold a vision of, we're all being asked to do this right now, and this is the damn truth. Hold the vision of the world that you want to create, because that is one of the benefits of this crazy coronavirus time where the foundation is being totally shifted underneath our feet. There are opposing forces that want to create a world that is a benefit. So there's the small, there's the 1%, and they want to create a certain kind of world where they continue to keep their power, and we are trapped inside systems that don't work for us. They're like set up again. They're set up for us to fail, and we're constantly just kind of barely keeping our head above water, and we're never really allowed to thrive. So the system, even though we are planting seeds with strong roots, the system is designed to keep us down. And so we are all being asked to hold a vision of the world that we want to create, because we are many and they are few. And I don't want to get all like conspiracy theory or, damn the man with you guys, but I really do think that this is like a time of massive creation. All of this, there is a very strong energy of death and rebirth right now. And that's just the way it is. And it's always hard. It's never easy. And it's really easy to get dragged down by all of the chatter and forget that what we're actually doing is creating something stronger and more beautiful and more heart-centered. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity to create a more loving world, a more connected world, a more heart-centered world. Okay, communication is key. Again, for my Cancers who are struggling with their throat chakra energy and are not able to get the words out. Stop, just stop. Stop and breathe and connect to your heart. Stop trying to make it come from here. The energy of the human moves up. It's from the root chakra. It goes through your solar plexus, your heart, and then it goes here and it comes out. Energy comes from the divine as well, of course, that circulates all the way down. The energy is a circulation, but we can get into that at another point. But the point is that from here, it goes up. It doesn't come down. You're not going to speak in a way that affects other people unless you're speaking from your heart. That heart-centered communication is the only way to rebuild the world that we can thrive in. See, even I have problems. I'm like having problems with my communication as well. It's like I can see it so clearly and the words just like aren't coming. Oh, so I want to move on then. This is my favorite deck, and we're going to end with this one. This is The Sacred Rebel by Alana, or Elena. I think it's Alana Fairchild. She is amazing. The artwork is absolutely stunning, everyone. And then the messages that she includes in her guidebook are just like so good. And she includes like a healing process. I should just do a really complete review of this deck because I love it so much. She includes a healing process. Like usually it's like a visualization that you can do. And so I'm gonna read the whole thing for you because I want you to have the full advantage of all that these cards have to offer you. And you should totally buy your own deck because it's like crazy how on point this thing is. Okay, here we go. Cancer, your cards just want to be up all over the floor. Trust yourself. You are more connected to the divine than you are giving yourself credit for. You also have a team that's helping you. Look at all of your guides. They're just like, we have got your back. Like, girl, step into your mission. Trust that you have everything that you need and that you are able to hear what we have to say to you. So let me go to the book about this because I don't want to get too involved in my interpretation because this book is so good. Okay, 31, trust yourself. Excuse me, I'm so thirsty. Okay. Trust yourself. It says, you are wise, Cancer. You know how to grow even without knowing you know how. Like the ancient forest, spectacular galaxies, and the acorn that becomes an oak, there is a natural intelligence for growth that is beyond logic and reason. It just happens. At the deepest levels, we are governed by this force that is so palpable, it literally shapes the world. At the same time, it is so invisible that we sometimes forget its presence and worry that our minds have to work everything out for life to happen and for us to be all right. We can become unnecessarily anxious about our affairs and how our life is going to unfold. This oracle brings the message that you are growing. You really are. Don't doubt it. I know it's like weird to like sit and like listen to somebody read, but like I want to make sure that you get this entire thing. So just bear with me here. Even if you don't see it yet, remember that so much is happening when the seed is still unbroken in the ground. Below the earth, it is summoning up all the might, power, and force it needs to push above the topsoil and burst into the light. It is essential for anything good to happen later on. Yet we don't see any of that. We just have to trust that things will happen when the time is right. You are also being asked to trust in yourself. You know how to grow. Don't overthink things. It will not help you. Don't worry so much. You are doing a great job at this game of life. When you trust yourself, you relax and you can heed your own wisdom, insights, and messages much more clearly and easily. This oracle comes with a particular guidance. You have a big destiny this lifetime and much to experience. Sometimes you make the error of judging something that is unpleasant as negative or a mistake, and that's where we get really stuck. Cancer gets stuck in those like, stuck in the muck. It isn't. It's just part of your great hunger for experience. It doesn't mean you have to have a lot of it, but when you do, don't shame yourself for it. Simply let it be. Maybe it's just fertilizer for your next step on the path. It's all part of your life process and it's all a sign of growth. This oracle is also telling you not to resist any points of instability in your life, Cancer. This even applies to your most treasured relationships and creative processes, or creative projects. Like, Cancer, we want to like hang on. We want to make sure that like we're going to have it with us. But being able to surrender is really important. When times are like unstable. That instability is just a growing pain because more consciousness, more love, and more light wants to infiltrate and pervade all parts of your life. The instability is not a sign of sickness, but of growth. So don't fret. Instead, choose to flow and grow. Okay, so here's your healing process. Close your eyes and relax for a moment. Oh, wait. Breathe in and out. Let your awareness drift away from worries and day-to-day matters and settle instead on the feelings of warmth inside your body. Then slowly imagine, sense, feel, or perceive that you have an acorn in your hand. You are standing in nature as sunrise breaks, flooding the horizon with color and light. As you hold the acorn up to the light of the rising sun, something magical happens. Out of the acorn, a hologram shines forth. It is the blueprint of this entire being that is yet to be. You see an acorn in that hologram, but you also see a marvelous oak tree. You see the wildlife that will support and be supported by that tree, the ecosystem of which it is a part. You see yourself holding the acorn up to the rising sun. You see seasons demarcated as rings of time within the trunk of the tree. See the passing lives of many people that enjoy that oak tree through its long life. Place the acorn down on the ground as the sun continues to rise. Imagine, if you will, kneeling and touching your forehead lightly to the earth in reverence for the genius of growth. That same genius lives within you. In your own time, open your eyes and go about your day, and you have completed the healing process. Wow, that's really beautiful, Cancer. I hope that you spend some time visualizing that and sinking into the miracle that is life and the creative process that has to happen as we grow. So thank you for being with me. It's really lovely to share this time online with you, especially during the social isolation. And check back in with the channel over the course of the month. I'm going to be adding, like I said, some meditation videos and some just little simple practices that you can do. I think there was one more thing I wanted to say, but I forgot what it was. So yeah, if this message didn't resonate with you, do check your moon, rising, or Venus sign, and there may be something for you there. So much love to you, and I will see you soon.